Hi, what up, YouTube? This is No Cap, No Filter. I'm your host, Molly G, back at y'all in the episode of Running With You. And today we got to run about a particular zone that every man has been, a particular zone that every man has took an expedition through, a particular zone that some men are even taking an expedition through now and they can't just navigate themselves out. And some men, very few men, they came, they saw, and they conquered. But I'm gonna tell you what this zone is. This zone is the friend zone. And I'm gonna tell you what it's like to be in a friend zone. And I'm gonna tell you what to expect in a friend zone. And I'm gonna tell you how you could get up out that friend zone. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the expedition. Well, the friend zone is basically it's two type of friends. It's friends with benefits. It's friends that's in the friend zone but want to become more. That's very few. And it's the friend zone that you given a lot of boyfriends duties to make the girl happy in hopes of one day getting reciprocation that you want. That's what I'm gonna focus on more. What is that reciprocation? Sex. All uh, dating, sex or dating, and dating gonna come with sex, because at the end of the day, most men, to get the best out of a woman, you're gonna have to have sex with her. If you want her to make you breakfast in the morning, but you want that breakfast to be top tier good, you gotta have sex with her. If you want her to wash your clothes, you gotta be having sex with her. If you want her to help you with your business, help you do anything that could be on your program, if you want the best value, you would have to have sex with her, you know? And let's just say you don't even need all that. Let's just say you don't mind doing a lot of things for her because she's just nice looking. Ain't nobody that you want to take serious and get into a relationship with. It's just you find her very attractive. You don't mind spending time with her, but at the same time, you would like some reciprocation too. You would like some physical touch. A meal is cool here and there if she even do that, but you want physical touch. That's what you want. You know, her coming around, hanging out with you, that's cool. But at the end of the day, if you're not getting no physical touch and she's getting all the benefits, it's a one-sided relationship. And it's not even a relationship, it's a one-sided friendship. And one thing about friendships, it should never be one-sided. A relationship could very well be one-sided sometimes, and both parties could get what they want. But a friendship should definitely be equal playing fields. For example, if you got a friendship with a partner, for the most part, he might call you, he might ask you for no advice, but he ain't too much asking you to borrow money all the time, depending on what type of partners you got. Now, if you got some partners that's, very responsible with their finances, you good. And if you got some partners that's, kind of in and out being, stable or not, at the end of the day, you can count on them to pay you back. But when a woman that's your friend, it ain't always a borrowing situation. It's a usual, can you take care of this for me situation. And that's not really balanced, especially if you're not getting no type of reciprocation in return. In reciprocation, I'm talking about physical touch. Physical touching, if you catch my drift. So if you go out with your partner, y'all going out, y'all going to have drinks. For the most part, he's going to have his part of the tab. You're going to have your part of the tab. It's going to be a separate bill. But if you go out with your friend, especially if you offer, she's going to expect you to pay for it every single time. Now, if you got that certain type of friendship with some girls that they don't mind taking you out, then that's good. That's good for you. But for the most part, it's gonna be on your tab. It's gonna be at the drop of your dime. Another situation. If y'all out, some way, somehow, y'all get into it with somebody, especially if it's a dude and you trying to calm the situation down, but females kind of have a low, they have a low self-awareness of danger. Like they will put you in situations because just because they're with a man, they're gonna want you to just be he-man and just diffuse the situation or handle the situation any way possible. So now it's gonna be a two versus one and a half, or two versus one in some cases, if you getting into it with somebody and he got a friend with him as well. Versus if you with your partner, it's pretty much even. And at the end of the day, you and your partner probably try to diffuse the situation instead of adding any type of fuel to the fire. Because when it comes to a lady, when they with a man, they don't even look at, oh, this guy is this size, he's this size. They don't even look at all that. They just feel like, oh, well, I got a man, so this situation going to get handled. Handle that. Like they don't have no sense of awareness of danger or potential threat. Like they survival skills is just bad, you know. And it's almost like they ain't really looking for a security, a protector. They're looking for an enforcer. That's why a lot of girls get their boyfriend hurt in a lot of situations because they just feel like they man could just protect them versus any type of threat. A lot of sisters get their brothers hurt. A lot of women get their sons hurt. A lot of wives get their husbands hurt. And it all be behind a woman. Yeah, man. So it's like if you paying for all these dates, you being the security. So you really putting out a lot of boyfriend energy when y'all just friends. So she's costing you when y'all hang out. You're gonna have to protect her. You're gonna have to be her emotional support and come through with all type of logical answers that she's probably not gonna want to hear. Like if your dude come at you with advice, you could give him give him logical answers. Versus if she come with you advice, she gonna be looking at life through a whole different perspective and lens. So it's probably ain't gonna register with her as easy. And you probably gotta sugarcoat things and break things down to her in a different situation, in a different analogy and everything. Oh, I'm talking to this guy right now. He's this, he's that. Oh, now he ain't the one for you. And you'll tell her every reason why, but it's not gonna register with her because she's looking at it from a different perspective through a different lens because she is a woman. But just like the other three dudes before him, you told him this not a good guy, this not a good catch. I would advise you not to mess with him. Meanwhile, you've been in a duck's waiting your whole time. So you giving this guy a chance. They all ain't shit. I'm telling you they ain't shit. And you having a bad mate selection strategy. You making poor choices in men. Meanwhile, I've been right here the whole time. So that's another thing that could get you pissed off because you giving her good advice and she's still not taking heed to it. On top of her just having bad choices of men. And if a dude were to come around and he's not really trying to be serious with her anyway, and he's kind of in the friend zone, if he mess around and still hit, you're gonna feel really played. So it's not worth it. Now, one way to get up out the friend zone, stop going out for outings and paying, make them separate bills. You can still always try to protect the woman. Like I'll never say just don't protect the woman because I just feel like there's just certain gender roles that just placed regardless. Whether it's your sister, whether it's your friend, whether it just certain things. You know, like I see, it's one girl who wanted her friend to do a lot of different boyfriend duties as if it was a requirement to even be friends with her. It was like, pumping her gas, open her door, being on the street side of the road. Like a lot of those things, I feel like as nature and as men, you should do that regardless anyway. But certain stuff, you know, that's only girlfriend duties. Just how they mess with us, and they don't want to just be cooking off the dump. They don't want to just be giving massages off the dump or too early. And they say that's girlfriend duties. Okay, well, I ain't about to be spending my money. That's boyfriend duties. I'll probably still protect you. Like it's just certain things that's uh was understood, ain't got to be no explained just off a biological nature standpoint. But other things, it ain't about is about choice, you know, and that's how I feel, and I'm standing on that. So to get up out of that zone that you just so stuck in, go ahead on and stop doing certain things, cut off certain things. If they want advice and all that, get straight to the meat and potatoes, give it to them raw. If they can't accept that and they still want talk on the phone for X amount of time, if you ain't got no time for it, then you gotta tell them, man, look, I gotta go. I gotta hit the gym. I gotta get back to work. I gotta get back to finishing this goal I'm working on. And slowly but surely they'll move on, because at the end of the day, you gotta cut your losses and stop wasting your time. You know, and that's even if uh because a woman, they could actually see platonic relationships with men, but they still going to want to extract resources. They still going to extract money. They're still going to extract validation, time, and attention. They're going to just try to suck you dry out of all that. Meanwhile, you ain't getting nowhere near the same type of reciprocation, and all you asking is for one thing. Meanwhile, she giving it to everybody else who she's spending a certain amount of time with, even less time with, actually. And to me, I don't feel like that's fair. You shouldn't feel like that's fair. She knows it ain't fair, but she ain't gonna care as long as she's extracting all the type of resources that she's getting from you, that boyfriend energy that she's getting from you without the title. Oh, he's taking me there. He's taking me there. I ain't gotta pay for this. I ain't gotta pay for that. I'm getting showered with compliments. And that's another thing. Slow down on the compliments. All the good morning, all the beautiful, liking every single one of her posts on social media, comment on every single one of her posts on social media. Fall back from that. Stop that. Go ghost. Whatever she put out, that's what you give out. Like they say, match energy. You got to make her earn your friendship the same way she's making you earn hers, because she's feeling like it's a privilege to be around her in her presence, because she has main character syndrome, because all the likes and validation she's getting, she's looking at her DM, and just because you're going out with her and you paying for it, it's a privilege for you being in her face. And like I say, man, certain girls feel like they could be in a platonic relationship with certain men because they know men won't fuck them, but it's up to them if they want to uh let them go beyond that boundary. It's absolutely up to them if they want to let them go beyond that boundary. And some men, they will never get past that boundary. Most men won't never get past that boundary. Now, is it a off chance that one night you could get lucky on some drunk stuff? Of course, but it gotta be right place, right time. And certain girls, it's a window only. You might only get one opportunity, a window at that, one or two opportunities. Like if a girl called you 4 o'clock in the morning and it's kind of unusual, that was probably your only opportunity. She probably was drunk and you probably would have got it that night as long as you didn't say or do nothing to mess it up. And certain girls, you probably was getting it from her, but she probably gave you the opportunity one last time, and you ain't know that was gonna be that last time, and you ain't hit her since. Certain girls, they'll probably just give you that one window of opportunity. And if you don't, if you weren't lucky enough to get on it because you was asleep, you was at work, you was out of town, you was busy off doing something else, you'll never get that chance again. That was your only gold ticket. And women, like I say, they when they see platonic friendships, they looking at it from their point of view, from a woman's eyes. So it's hard for them to grasp, oh, how can you just be friends with a woman and nothing happening and everything just friendship surface level? Because we're not wired the same as women. Men and women are different. The only way a man could be friends with a woman and he's not even thinking about that and it's just strictly platonic and she pay her half, he pay his half, as if she's just very unattractive to him. But if he's attracted to her, it can't be like that. That's why I say don't allow male friends if you have a girlfriend and she's socially, society standards, nice looking, you know. And some dudes will wait around for years hoping they could get that chance. For years. And they go certain years go by, so for after so long, they probably even scared to shoot their shot and tell them how they really feel, assuming that they never did in the beginning. You know. But from a girl's perspective, from a girl's lens, they could be friends with Harry, John, and Jim and have that boundary with them. But when it comes to Eric, oh, Eric could Eric could come over and, you know. So when she tells you, oh, they just a friend, they're only talking about those three dudes before Eric. Well, what about Eric? What made Eric so special? Mm. Oh, I just been knew him for a long time, and it was just one drunk night. We was in Cancun. Nah, nah. But one thing about the friend zone, it definitely is almost like a rite of passage for a man. Like I think every man has been through it, whether it's the girl next door, whether it was the girl that you had your first crush on, whether it was the girl that you really did a lot for, you really put a lot of time and effort and investment in, and you didn't put so much time and effort and investment in. You like, man, if I just put a little bit more, if I just put a little bit more, if I just put a little bit more, I'm gonna get it. And then after a while, you just say to yourself, man, I gotta cut my losses. Especially when she telling you about other dudes. That's when you really know you ain't gonna get it. That's how you can really confirm that you're not gonna get it, when you didn't put so much effort and so much time taking her out on dates, doing this, doing that, being on the phone with her, being supportive of her, showing love on her Instagram. But she started telling you about how she got piped down by such and such, and he was an asshole, and she met another dude, and he an asshole, and it just become a cycle. That's when you know she don't like it. Because when a girl like a dude, she gonna keep all those dudes hidden. Like when a girl like a dude, all the dudes who smacking, them dudes gonna be ghosts to him. because he ain't gonna never even hear these dudes. But to the dude who she don't even see that type of way, or you gonna know about all them dudes because she comfortable. You her home girl. You basically a home girl. And you even worse, it is cause sometimes even worse than a home girl, because on a girl's trip, the home girl could probably smack. If they drunk enough and they ain't got no niggas, you know. But I think the friend zone is definitely, a humbling experience for men. I think it's something that a lot of us go through. And you it's all a part of being a man. It's almost it's like a life lesson that you just gotta go through to know, okay, I can't do that ever again. Like I done went through it. I already then seen how it is to be on both sides of the spectrum. You the man having a girl having to worry about them dudes. You were the dude and trying to get with the girl, but you just in the zone. Like I didn't. You seen it from both angles, and once you experience that, you know how to handle it the next time you meet a girl who's trying to put you in that box, and you know how to handle it the next time you meet a girl and she says she has certain male friends. You gonna know it immediately. These dudes gotta go. These dudes gotta get cut off. Especially if your girl just look that good. And that's the problem with messing with certain girls that look that good. You're gonna always have these type of issues. Like certain girls that just drop dead gorgeous, you're gonna have certain issues with her that you might not necessarily have with a seven. Mind you, they probably both get dudes, but the caliber of dudes the gorgeous one getting ain't the same type of caliber of dudes the other one getting. So that's when it get kind of tricky. Now, depending on how she carry herself, you ain't got to worry about it too often. But if she loosey goosey, oh yeah, she might go. But let me know down in the comment section below, man. What your experience was like in the friend zone. What your experience was like if you succeeded getting up out the friend zone and you finally, you know, got some type of reciprocation. Let me know what it was like dealing with a dude who was a friend of your girl. Like, let me know down in the comment section. And ladies, go ahead on and let me know what your experience was like messing with a dude who you had in the friend zone for a while. Now, on the flip side of this, a lot of ladies say they gave a chance to the dude that was in a friend zone, and certain situations could turn out good because that could have been a dude that they could have a long term relationship with. Might not be the dude that they marry, or the marriage might last too long, but at the same time, it was a good relationship nonetheless. And some girls, they had a nightmare because all that pain that they put him through, all that investment, all that time, all that saying, oh, she's busy, when she was supposed to say she was going to come over and all this, or had all these excuses to why she can't get that type of reciprocation in him but give it to everyone else. Oh, he got revenge. And that's the only thing about certain men, they gonna get revenge because they feel like, oh, it's get back time. All that stuff you used to tell me, or we about to go ahead on and flip the script and I'm about to tell you it too. So let me know down in the comment section below how y'all experiences was, and let me know what type of content y'all would like for me to react to, or what type of topic y'all would like for me to speak on. It'll be in my email. My email is nocapnofilter7@gmail.com. So go ahead on and hit me up. But I'm out.